So it seems like it's been a while since we shot that interview. And
Almost a year.
Has it been that long?
Yeah. What is Line Rider? Where'd it come from?
Well, Line Rider is a project I did for illustration class in school. Basically, I got the idea from a drawing I have in my sketchbook, where there's this little guy on a slope just raising his hands, excited to be going down the slope in a couple of seconds. So I just finished my last Flash project, so I said, oh, this would be a nice thing to do, and started doing it. It took me about a year from when I got the idea to put it all together. I mean, I had long breaks in between, but and then at the end I just showed it to my professor, and he was like, yeah, cool, awesome.
So you got to play it, you got to see it. So.
Yeah, we get to spend some time with, now there's the PC retail version, so no longer in Flash, and then there's the Wii version, the DS version. So it's definitely changing. It's kind of two parts. It's you have the toy, which is like the Flash version, where you can just kind of mess around and create whatever you want. You spend hours, tweaking every line and making drawings and having your guy slide through the drawings and all that. There's new lines. There's a line where you can stop like naturally, so you don't just fall off the edge or like into a pit or whatever you create. There's like a trampoline line that you can bounce on. There's lots of tools like that. Because on like Wii and DS, you don't necessarily have the precision that you do with a mouse. And even with a mouse, it's a little wobbly sometimes. You can draw like a straight line, or you can draw a kind of wobbly curved line. But now you have like exact control over the curve of the line. So you can set the exact percentage of how you want it curved, and you can pick out points and like push and pull them. So it's a lot more forgiving as far as how the interface works, which is pretty much a necessity for DS and Wii, because of the interfaces aren't as precise as you would have anyway. And then the second part is the game, where it's a bunch of challenge modes. You go through like 40 different challenges, and each one of them gives you like a bunch of preset tokens, and you have to basically use what's in the level, and then use your lines to find your way to the end of the level.
So basically, through the story mode, what you do is you try to like draw your lines like around these different obstacles.
So you have a limited amount of lines you can use to kind of figure out the best way to get from point A to point B. And there's a lot of different things you have to try to capture along the way. Like there's different things in the environment you have to find. So, and then some are optional and some are mandatory. So you can kind of, create your own path to figure out the best way to capture all these things on the way to the end. And if you do it, then you solve the level and you go on to the next one, and there's a bunch of those. There are cutscenes, which is kind of weird, but we didn't really see too much of those, but there's like CG cutscenes that tell the story of the Line Rider.
So what is the story of the Line Rider? Is it to save the princess? Or?
I don't know the full story, but I know there are 3 characters, one of which is a girl, and there's 2 dudes, and they're trying to like compete for her love. Yeah. But
so wait, you're like in competition with this other guy for this girl?
Exactly.
Or?
But you can choose to play as any of them. And the cool thing, really, is that there's a third mode, which is kind of a combination of these other 2 modes, where you create your own like challenges, and then you can upload them for other people to try. So there's 40 like in the default game, but then if I create 10 and just upload them, then you can come on and download them and try to like figure out my puzzles for everybody else.
Is that more just the PC mode, or is that on the Wii as well, that you can upload your different courses? Or?
Yeah, you can definitely download maps on the Wii. I'm not sure about DS, but definitely Wii and PC.
Whoa! Yeah!
I'm really into just the tools and like how it's expanded, because like everyone saw like a little bit of like a taste of it, and then they're like, well, it looks a lot different, and the character is obviously different, and the visual style is it exists now. It's not just straight lines, but you can make it as simple as you want. Like if you want, you can just make it a simple like thing that looks exactly like what you've already got out there, and then if you want, you can add clouds and clip art and backgrounds, and you have different layers visually, so you can like a Photoshop thing, so you can set like what's in the background, you can draw something there, then you can put your guy in front of it, and then you can have him riding on a course, and you can trick people because like they'll think that he's about to land on a line, but he actually won't, because he's in a different part of the level.
It's on the background. Yeah, because like on the PC version, like the beta, I guess it's the beta 2 now, They have like there's only like 3 different lines, but you had like the line that you can create with the background, and then you also had the lines that you can actually make just the course. So
yeah, it's cool. There's new lines. Like there's a line that you can crash into. Like you can draw like a chandelier, and then once you touch it, it just like shatters.
whoa.
There's like a trap door line that you can fall through.
Or just like drop you down to like another course. That's
so
cool.
I think just like that alone is what has me most excited. Like the challenge stuff, that makes sense, and it's like, yes, it's a game now, and especially on the DS, it's gonna be like, okay, cool, I actually have something I can do if I don't want to like spend time being creative. If I just want to kind of sit down and play through something and see if I can solve the puzzle. It's kind of like Portal in that way, and then it's like a new type of puzzle game. But I mean, using lines.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see what people create now that they have more to work with. I mean, just with what was on the PC before with the beta, I mean, some people made some pretty epic.
I know, it's
courses.
insane. And now you can upload your own clip art and everything, and it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I can't wait to create some more.